Hey everyone, welcome back. Bit of a change now because we're going to start work on the Mexi. The 63 is finally running properly after swapping the pistons and rings and so on. So that just needs a little bit of fettling now, but other than that, it's all good to go. So back on the Mexi. I'll just show you what I need to do to it. Okay, the first thing I'm going to tackle is this bumper hanger here. I've got a new rear valance as well because this one's back a bit. This one's the wrong one, and you can see it's rotten anyway. Because this is a Mexican Beetle with the 1.6 injection engine, it should only have one exhaust cut out, and it's actually got two. So that's going to need filling on the new valance as well, because the new valance I've got's also got two cutouts, but it's the wrong piece. It's not the original factory piece, this, and it's rotten anyway. Cut it off, get rid of it, and replace this. So the first thing to do is take the wing off to the side so that I can access these welds, which are pretty snotty down here, get the valance off, and then we can look at cutting this off. Right, that's the wing off to the side now, so let's have a look at the state of the inner wing here. All the underseal and everything needs cleaning off like it done on the other side, but this bit is rotten as well. Not a problem because I've got a new one of those too. So what we'll do is cut the valance off next, because that's scrap, and work out what to do. I'm going to do the side first just because it's easier to get to, but valance first. There we go. Whoever replaced this valance last time, I can't decide if they've done a bodge or not. There's loads of filler on the side there, but some fillers to be expected. But what they've done is they've cut the outer skin of the old valance along a line here and welded it on. So this side of the line is original car and this side is replacement panel. So on the one hand, that keeps a lot of the original metal, so that's a good thing. But on the other hand, it makes life difficult for me. I'll get this one off and then decide which way to go, I think. And it's off. You can see where the old valance has been left on here and the new one's been welded to it. So what's left doesn't look too bad really. I mean, I knew it was rotten down there anyway. Same there. But I've got replacement panels for that and for that, so that's easy done. So the next thing is just clean this edge up here, into the corners here and over here, and then look at replacing the bumper hangers. Right, repair panels. I've got this one. Yeah, it just goes on there like so. But in my parts stash, I've got this, which is a hanger. It's that piece, like so. Fits on there, and this is much thicker than the one that's on this repair panel that I've got here. So the plan is I'm going to cut this off here and just use the inner wing section and use that bumper hanger instead. So that means drilling out all the spot welds on here first and getting this off there. Okay, that's all the spot welds drilled out now, and this bumper hanger is now free of the inner wing section. But I just wanted to show you this. This is why replacement panels like this need attention before you fit them, and this is why they don't last very long when you do fit them if you don't give them the right attention, because in between the two pieces of metal is absolutely no protection whatsoever. It's just bare steel. That's going to rust out in no time if you put that on the car as it is. Right, next I'm going to take this existing bumper hanger completely off the car right up to here. So that means stripping all the paint and the seam sealer off to reveal the spot welds and drill them out. So that's the next job. Right, it's off. There was quite a lot of spot welds to drill out, which I didn't bother filming because the only thing more boring than drilling spot welds out is watching somebody else drill them out. But that's the inner wing now, and here is the bumper panel as taken off, and this is the new one I'm going to put on. Now if we overlay the two over each other, they are pretty much a perfect match. However, these captive nuts that hold the bumper on are in the wrong place on the new panel. So look at that one there. No nut, the nut is down here in that hole. It needs to be up there to match that one. So I'm going to have to move one of the nuts or weld a new nut on there, and then what I'm going to do is get them lined up. It's difficult one-handed, but use the holes where the spot welds were drilled out as a reference, because obviously these holes line up with what's left of the spot welds on the inner wing there, and that will allow me to get it back in exactly the right place. Okay, so this is the bumper mount on the driver's side of the car. You can see it's quite rotten there and sort of all over the place, but the rot pretty much finishes about there. So first thing, clear the underseal off it and see exactly what we're dealing with. Okay, so we've got it lined up now, measured from the hole to that bullet hole, and from the centre of that hole down to that hole. It's in the right place, so the next thing is to scribe the back of it to get a nice mark of where to cut, and then remove the excess from this panel, so we've just got the bit that we need to weld on. I'll just zoom in on this and show you the typical problem that you get with crappy aftermarket panels. It's lined up at the top there. It's not, not too bad there, but down here it's miles off. You see the big gap there? I'm going to have to shape that, and it's much too long. Look at this difference here. Dressing that back will pull this up a little bit, but not that much. I think I'm going to have to put a pie cut in it and bring it together somehow. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do that yet, but let's get the top lined up, because this is the hole that matters the most. The wing mounting hole has to be 190mm centre to centre, from there to there. Where are we? From there to there, and 255mm centre from there to there. So that's the first thing. Make sure that's in the right place. Everything else can be adjusted later. Right, the measurements check out, so the next thing to do is just strip some of this black finish off here, clean the metal up there, a couple of tacks in the top, and then we can try and get the rest of it to line up something like. Right, just got the wing on just temporarily there, but you can see it doesn't line up too badly at all. The valance sits in that join there, so that's the wing needs to come out a little bit to fit that in, but it's okay mostly. It just needs to come down a touch. The wing beading and the valance will take care of that. So yeah, happy with that. Finish welding it now. Right, that's the wing off again, but I think rather than go all gung-ho and get it welded on fully, I think the next thing to do is figure out what I'm going to do with this valance. I want to keep as much original metal as possible, which is here. Now, when the first time it was replaced, the valance, it was lapped on top here and welded across there. I don't really want to do that, it's not ideal. So I don't know what to do, whether to cut it along here and butt it up, or take the whole lot off, or what. I think I'm going to unpick the outer skin off the replacement valance first, and then offer it up and see if inspiration comes to me. In the end, I thought the best option was to unpick the outer skin from the new repair panel, the new rear valance, and to cut out as much of the old outer skin off the car as I could. I'll show this in more detail in the next video, but here's just some footage of me just cutting it all to bits and trial fitting the new valance. And that's it. The new valance is sat there. It's not welded in yet, but it fits pretty well. I need to put the wings back on and just make sure everything lines up properly before I weld it in. But anyway, thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.